Hi, I'm Darlena. Tonight I want to show you how to make a face mask. So I think I've made over 100 at this point, and it's really a simple project, and so I'm hoping that we can show you and so you can start making them as well. So the first thing you need to do is you need to have a piece of fabric that's 9 inches wide and 15 inches long. What I discovered in the process, the feedback we're seeing on Facebook, is that that we want the healthcare workers to know which is the front or the back of the mask. So if they've had it on and they take it off, that they aren't putting it back on backwards. So instead of doing one solid fabric, 15 inches, I'm actually cutting two that are 7.5 inches by 9 inches wide, and so it's very obvious which will be the front and the back of the mask. And I like to do enough that I'm coming to the sewing machine with like 10 at a time, and then I can just run them quickly through the sewing machine, and I don't have to cut a lot of threads. I just snip between the masks. We'll probably show a picture later. To make more sense of that. But so I bring the two ends together, bring it over to the machine, and so I need to sew 3 inches, and then I'm going to leave a 3-inch gap, and then I'm going to sew the final 3 inches. The reason for leaving the 3-inch gap is it's going to be a pocket in case someone wants to insert a filter into their mask. Now, since my sewing machine doesn't have measure guides, I put a little piece of black electrical tape here, and that's at my 3-inch mark. So, so that makes it very easy for me to know when I'm ready for the pocket area. So go ahead and run this up. And like I said, when you get right there, I know I need to reverse. And then again, I will pull this up to that area, so then I know that I've got my 3-inch pocket. Set it back down and close it up. Alright, so then I'm going to take it from the machine, and now in addition to the pocket, I'm also making mine, I'll cut pipe cleaners in half, and so I'm putting a nose bridge in the face mask as well. So when I bring it back over here, what I do then is I fold it down a 1/2 inch. This is going to give me a place to put my pipe cleaner in later, so that'll make more sense later than it does right now. Actually, I've decided, depending on which you want to be the front of your fabric, you'll fold the other side down. I want the pink polka dots to be on the outside because that will be more attractive. So then I just need to iron this down 1/2 inch right here. If you want to open your seam, you can. It's really up to you what you choose to do there. It doesn't make much difference either way. So we'll iron that. Bring this back over to the ironing board, but we have to, I left out your other supplies that you need. You need 2 pieces of elastic that are going to be 7 inches, and then as I mentioned, you cut your pipe cleaners in half, and you don't have to color coordinate, doesn't matter on that. So then your elastic, you're going to put it inside, and when you put it inside, you're going to get it right to the edge, and then you're going to clip that, and then you're going to bring it down to the other end where you've ironed it to get it right in the corner, and you're going to clip that, and of course you have to do that to both sides. There you go, and all right, so I'll bring this back over to the sewing machine and we'll close this up. Pull my clips right. You have to be very careful that you're holding the Velcro or the elastic so that you can zip through that, and I like to reverse over the elastic so I'm making sure it's good and locked into the corners. And then, like I said, if I've got, I like to do 10 at a time, so normally I would be bringing my second one over and feeding it in right here, so all I'd have to do is cut my strings. I also like to have a big chain that's down off the sewing machine showing my progress, but for this demo I'll just end with this, and then of course we'll close up the other side. And each time just making sure that elastic is getting sewn in, because you don't want to miss that. Okay, and then next you're going to have to turn this right side out. And so, I like to cut my strings. Okay, so when you turn it inside out, you're going to reach in where your pocket is and push it through. I usually will go ahead and grab a hold of my elastic. It's a good way to make sure you got it nice and sewed in the corners. If you didn't, you can fix it. And then I'll just usually take my scissors and just reach back in the corner, and if your scissors are too pointy, be careful because you could poke right through. But just push your corners out. And I did poke through. And the last corner. So now, you have your front and your back of your mask. You can bring that back over to the ironing board. And so this is where my pocket is. So I know this is the back side, so I actually want to flip it over because this is where we're going to put our pleats in. So we just lay it out flat, get the iron on it. See why I picked the pink polka dots? Because it's going to be much cuter on the front side. And I've been using fabric that I don't really care about on the back side because no one's really going to see much of it except this cute little bottom that it adds. And so then you fold this down and you fold it down again. And I like to have 4 pleats in mine. So you end up having 4 pleats similar to this. You can adjust them if you need to. And then I'm going to clip this, but you'll go ahead and iron it again. And then you're going to clip your pleats nice and together so you can go back through the sewing machine. And just realized I left one step out, which would have been better if I had done it at the right time, but since I didn't, your pipe cleaner goes in right here. I usually do this before I put those pleats in. I usually run it through, but I did it a little out of order this time. So with the pipe cleaner, I just clip it at the top so that I don't want to run my sewing machine over that wire. So I put the clips in where the pipe cleaner ends, and then I just keep it like that. So we'll go back to the sewing machine with it. Now I've got the top side up. So if I can get a hold of the elastic again, I'll try to go ahead and reinforce the elastic. Sometimes that works out, sometimes it doesn't. Now I just remove each of the clips right as I get close. There, I was able to go across the elastic. And again, when I'm doing the chains, I'll have another one just like this lined up. I'll have like 10 of them, and I'll just run the next one, and then I'll just keep running them. And so it's pretty exciting to be able to do them in a large quantity. And so then I'll bring the other side over, and since I have to do my pipe cleaner across the top, I'm going to go ahead and do it this way. And then I'll just go ahead and continue on around the top when I'm done. I prefer it this way. And turn them, like I said, to go across the pipe cleaner area. And when I get to the pipe cleaner area, I do hold it as close as I can to the pipe cleaner, because even if you catch a little of the fuzz from the pipe cleaner, that's going to be fine for your sewing machine. It's just that wire that you want to avoid. And go ahead and reverse. All I have to do is cut my strings, and as you'll see, that was really simple. The other thing I like to do, and you don't want to put these on your face because obviously we're dealing with the coronavirus, so I usually will fold it here and then that way you know where the nose guard is, and then the pocket to put that filter in is right here, and as you can see, those will expand on the face. So there's your face mask.